Welcome to another video on my solo playthrough of Axis and Allies Revised. This video is of the Russian third turn, and they conducted two combat moves. They occupied Ukraine and Belarusia. They were unoccupied by the Germans. As you can see, there's actually about 7 infantry here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the lowest one is actually a red chip. And over here in Russia proper, there's a red chip beneath that infantry as well. Of course, they're open to a German counterattack. For instance, to the north, they could take Archangel, sure, from Leningrad. They could take Western Russia as well, but they would probably be forced to split up, and while Ukraine will be a tougher nut to crack, and after that, wherever the attack comes, the Russians should be able to counterattack. They actually bought 3 tanks and 3 infantry and placed them all in Russia. Their air force, in the non-combat move, they repositioned to Buryatia, if I pronounce that correctly. So they're actually putting some serious pressure onto Japan. They're hoping to move into Manchuria on their next turn, and the 2 Russian infantry that were positioned in Kwantung, I think it's called, or no, Xinjiang, moved into the other Chinese territory. Of course, the Japanese could attack that one relatively easily, I mean, with their air force and everything, but that would mean that they won't attack India probably. And and they have to do something about them, because if they just leave them here, then the air force will be able to support them as well. And this one doesn't really seem to be an option for the Japanese. So the Japanese are really in big trouble, as you can see. So this is about what's happened on the Russian turn, and they're making some good progress. They are a bit vulnerable here, I suppose, depending on what the Germans do. The Germans have several options, and they could certainly take Western Russia, which will put them in front of the gates of Moscow. But the Russians should be able to retake that on their next turn, but it will cost them a lot. So maybe they should have just stayed completely on the defensive and just let the Germans come to them. But they do seem to have bought themselves a lot of time, and considering how poorly Japan especially is doing, it does seem like the Allies are doing pretty well, and the British and Americans should be able to land fairly soon and put extra pressure on the Germans as well. So thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.